Okay. So good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. Delia Garcia. Welcome to our Saturday morning coffee hour. And I'm going to start with a very short presentation on our business model. So I'm going to share my screen. And so what I love to do on these morning coffee hours is to reinforce the simplicity of our business model, because there are so many trainings and so many events, and people can get overwhelmed with the information. So health coaching is simple. It's not always easy. And the reason it isn't always easy is because the human being factor, whether it's ourselves or it's the people that we're approaching and we're working with. So really, health coaching is all about heart. If you don't have a heart for serving people, then you're probably not going to be a very good health coach. And we have people from all walks of life that join us, those moms that want to stay home with their kids. We have lots of health professionals, but we have people from the corporate world also who have been beat up and burned out and are looking for something that provides more compassion, more balance, more of what they are as human beings. And again, it's all about heart, getting out of our heads and managing our emotions and reaching out to the people whose lives we want to change and transform. And this is a slide that I love, love, love showing because it's our business on one slide. And so that's how easy it can be. Identify your why. Why did you decide to become a health coach? That is so crucial. If you don't know why why you decided to become a health coach, then you're probably going to flounder along the way. But if you have a strong reason, you are a mom, you want to stay home with your kids. We've just come off, a bad year, 2020, when children were being homeschooled and doing virtual learning. And maybe you had to interrupt your own job and it just was overwhelming. And this slide is a slide of a number of young coaches that started out when they had babies and toddlers, and now all of their kids are older. And so I love this this slide showing what's possible, and it shows a diversity of people. So we can be, older like myself, but we can be young like the people that you're seeing here. So identify your why. Determine your schedule. Your schedule is going to be different if you have children that are still at home. Your schedule is going to be different if you are working still working a full-time job. But you can be very successful with the few hours that you have every day. Maybe you only have 1 hour. Create your share list. So who are the first 5 to 10 people that you would like to share our program with? Craft your story and share your story often. Your story should be no more than 60 seconds. Oh my gosh, I was miserable. I was 50 pounds overweight. I had no energy. I wasn't sleeping well. I was on, blood pressure and cholesterol medication. And then a friend of mine introduced me to an amazing program. I lost my 50 pounds. I got my energy back. And now I'm, paying it forward with the people that I love and care about. So that's just an example that I pulled out of my head on a story and how short it can be. Start conversations with people, saying hello, hi, how's your day going? Where do you live? What kind of work do you do? Do you have children? So always being interested in them And then they're going to turn it around and find out a few things about you. Invite to a health assessment. That is the goal. The goal is not to share your story and then, ask them all about their health and their goals while you're standing in the grocery line or at the park. Your goal is to invite someone to a health assessment. That's about 30 minutes on the phone. You can also do it on Zoom, or a business explore if they're looking for a business opportunity. And if they're not ready when you talk to them, then follow up, and then you start them up and begin coaching them when they are ready. What determines if we're successful or we're not successful in a business model like this? First of all, never quit. If you quit, you're not going to be successful. And really, most of us who got into health coaching, we didn't like fly out the door immediately. I know for myself, I've been coaching for 15 years, and I struggled for the first 2 years. I wasn't sharing it with many people. I was in my head constantly. What are people going to think? Are they going to think that I'm trying to sell them something? So I was in my head a lot. When I shifted from my head to, boy, here's a person that's really struggling with their health, with their energy level, with their mindset, then things started to really move ahead for me. So motivation is key. We can't really help you with that. You've got to be internally motivated. Your mindset is important. We can help you with your mindset, shifting from a negative mindset to, that heart-centered mindset of caring about people. And then the skills we can teach you. There aren't that many skills involved in a business model like this. And then ultimately, we need to get into action. So the 6 steps of taking someone from a candidate, whether it's a candidate for our program or a candidate for our business model, is shown here. You identify people, make that list, write them down, because otherwise you forget. I have a little notebook of people that are candidates, mostly for me for the business, because I have a lot of clients and I get a lot of referrals. So you want to identify people and then learn to approach them. The approach is very short, and then you're inviting them to a presentation, whether it's a health assessment or it's a business explore. The approach is short. The presentation is about 30 minutes. So don't combine those two. You don't approach and start presenting all in one step, because you may run out of time. The person may say, oh my gosh, I've got to run. And you've only been talking for 5 minutes. And now they think they've heard everything, but they've heard nothing. So the approach is short, the presentation is longer, and then follow up if they're not ready, start them up when they are ready, and then begin coaching them. Getting your cornerstones in place is really important. And a lot of this has to do with mindset as well. But it takes about 8 to 12 hours of time, in your nooks and cranny, 8 to 12 hours a week to build to that level of executive director. And I'm going to show you what executive director is and what the income is for that, because it's decent income and it's touching, a fair number of people. So make a decision. The decision is, I am going to make this work. I'm going to put the time and effort. I'm going to get on those calls. I'm going to work with my sponsor and my mentor. Make the decision. Lead with your own health. If you're going in the wrong direction, slipping back on your health goals, people see that, and you yourself feel out of integrity. So lead with your own health. Get plugged into the trainings. As I mentioned, Monday is crucial. We're only one day a week now, Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Central Time. We no longer have the Wednesday calls, and then I do this Saturday meeting on the days that there are no other trainings. So you want to plug in, work closely with your support team, be on purpose every day. Get up and know that you want to touch some lives. And then monthly, you want to plan what your month is going to look like and what your goals are for the month. And you can work with your business partner on that. So here is a slide that shows what's possible with just clients. There's a lot more possible if you build a team of coaches, but what is possible with just clients? So when you first come in as a coach, you want to get your first 5 clients, and that will generate about $400 a month. If you do that in your first 30 days, the company throws in an extra $100. So now you're at about $500 for your first 5 clients. You've paid back your $200 to become a coach, and you've got $300 left for your certification, which is an extra $200. You don't have to do that right away. But again, you're no longer in the red with your first 5 clients. Executive director is building to about 20 to 25 active clients. And when you're at that level, you'll be generating over $2,000 a month in income. Boy, that can help a lot of families. That could be a mortgage payment and a car payment rolled into one. That could be, saving for your kids' college tuition. That could be paying down some credit card debt. So it is good money. And again, this is just a start on the income. We have some amazing tools that are available without going into like, oh my gosh, what do I get on? How do I learn this? How do I get reinforced? Well, about a year ago, Greg Rex, Pat Stouty, and myself, and a few other coaches as well, put together this Team Wellness New Coach Basic Training Center. So you can search it on Facebook, and also just let me or let your business coach know if you're not a part of this. If you are a part of it, you can add people. You can see the tab here where it says invite, so you can add your new coaches. But it is a training center where it takes you, there's different guides here, like modules. So you click on the guide and you'll see the first module is a video with Greg Rex talking about how to set up, welcoming you as a new coach, and then how to set up your co-branded website. And then Pat Stouty does a couple of videos on starting your list of people that you'd like to approach, how to approach them, working on your story. And then module 3, I discuss how to do a health assessment, how I cover things about the cost, because some people get hung up on the cost, and then some other, videos. So it goes through in a very, very organized fashion. And then the module after that is how to start your new client, and so on and so forth. So again, if you're not a part of this, let us know. You can put it in the chat, and I'll add you after this coffee hour is over. We also have an amazing platform on using social media. So if you are trying to build your client base, social media is going to be a big game changer, besides the people that you know in your own life, your neighbor, your coworker, your relatives, and so on and so forth. But this has been a game changer for a lot of people, and it tells you what to do every day for 30 days on Facebook. It gives you examples, and this is really working. Again, if you're a member and you want to invite your new coaches, here's the invite tab. If you're not a member, put it in the chat and we can add you or talk to your business coach. And then again, what is the stuff that matters? Just a recap, your why. Why are you doing this? Remember, we are part of a mission to get our country healthy. My mission, it goes off in my head every morning. I am saving people's lives. I know I'm saving people's lives. I'm saving them from the heart attack, the stroke, from the numerous doctor's visits. I'm saving them from, various cancers related to weight, so many things. And sometimes, people don't have any of those health conditions. But again, we are helping them reduce their risk of those health conditions and adding years to their life. Share your story, touch your business daily. Sometimes you may only have 30 minutes or an hour a day, but that's okay. It's better than not doing anything all week and then trying to do 4 hours on a Saturday. So touch your business every day. You want to be consistent. You want to leverage your social media. Look at your Facebook. How many friends do you have? You could start there. I have coaches that I've started where they only had 50 friends. And so I told them, start adding friends to your Facebook before you start posting on Facebook, because otherwise no one sees it. If you've got 1,000 friends, more people are going to see it than if you only have 50. And a personal Facebook allows you to have 5,000 people. So you want to keep working towards that. Shift from fear to excitement, because what holds a lot of people back is fear. I was stuck in fear in those first 2 years, fearful of what people were going to think. They weren't thinking anything. They were, when I started sharing, they were like, oh my gosh, Dr. Garcia cares about me. My other doctors have never mentioned my weight, and she's helping me, get to that healthier place. And in, many cases, we can't make claims, but in many cases, we know that if people lose that weight, they'll get off their blood pressure medicine, they'll get off their cholesterol medication, they'll improve their heart disease, and so on and so forth. Get your spouse on board if you have a spouse or a partner. By that, I mean, that person may not come into your business and become a coach, but they can help behind the scenes. They can help with childcare, with the laundry, the dishes, the meals, and things like that, so that you can get on those Monday calls, that you can get on the Saturday call, and so on and so forth. But really, it's all about developing confidence, skills, and having fun. So if you're not having fun, then you're doing it wrong. And again, the most important thing that I said today is start with your why. Why are you doing this? Bev is a coach from Colorado. I met her on a vacation to Mexico, and she and I were staying at the same resort. She's a single mom. These are her precious children. And she was driving Uber at night on the weekends, and her kids were home alone. And now she's a coach, and she's able to work around her children's schedules. She was always afraid when she left the house at night to work through the night for, being an Uber driver, that something crazy might happen and she wouldn't see her children. So that's the importance of what we do. And I just want to, again, give everybody the support and the confidence that, yes, we can all be wildly successful in this business model. And so, develop those skills and the confidence, and do just do the do. And